everyone, I am Jacy from Craft Life, and I'm here today to teach you how to make a sailor knot headband using t-shirts. And this is what it looks like. These are one of my favorite headbands to make. They are super fun and easy, and the supplies you'll need to make these are adult-sized t-shirts, and I got mine from the dollar store, and today I'm going to be using blue and black t-shirts, but you can use any colors that you want. And also, I have never tried this with fabric yet, but if you want to, please make sure that your fabric is at least 48 inches long. You will also need a ruler, scissors, a hair elastic, and a glue gun. So please get your supplies and we'll begin. Before we begin, you're going to need to choose a color for your inside and a color for your outside. And on this headband, black is the outside color and purple is the inside color. And you will need 4 strips of your outside color and 2 strips of your inside color. For me, I'm going to make black my outside color again and blue my inside color. I now have my t-shirt laid out, and I'm going to start by cutting right before the stitch right here. And please make sure that your 2 sides of your t-shirt are lining up on the end. And now we're just going to cut down, and it does not have to be perfect. Now we're going to begin cutting our strips. So you're going to take your ruler and we're going to cut 2-inch strips all the way down. They do not have to be perfect. So we're going to cut 2 of these strips since this is my inside color. Now my first strip is cut and I'm going to cut my second one. So again, you can measure out about 2 inches and start cutting. For each strip, both sides of the t-shirt are connected, and we're going to just cut it on one end so that it forms one long strip. So you're just going to take your scissors, go between the 2 sides, and cut it. So now it is one long strip, and you're going to do the same for the other strip. Now we're going to stretch out our strips and try to get them to 48 inches. To stretch your strips out, you're just going to take both ends and quickly just stretch it. And then if you are having trouble doing that, you can do it in little sections. You are going to continue to stretch your strips until they are 48 inches. Now I'm going to do the same. Now I have my 2 inside strips ready, and I'm going to need to cut and stretch out my outside strips. So you're going to do the same thing, but you're going to do 4 strips instead of 2 this time. I just wanted to show you that all you're going to do is cut right before the stitched line here. It does not have to be perfect. And then you're going to cut 4 2-inch strips all the way down. And you will be cutting 4 because this is your outside color, and we just cut 2 of your inside color. So please continue to do this, and I'll be right back. Since I used 2 different t-shirts, when they stretched out, the black were longer than the blue. So I'm just going to take my scissors and cut them all to the same length. Now we're going to take a black, or our outside color. We're going to lay it down just straight across. Then we're going to take one of our inside color. We're going to lay it down. We're going to take another one of our outside color. And now we just made a group here. We're going to do the same thing again. We're going to make another group, lay down our outside color. Then we're going to take an inside color, lay it down next to it. And then finally take your last strip and lay it down next to it. Now we have 2 groups and we can begin to make our headband. We're going to start with our first group and make an upside down U. Then we're going to take our right side and curve it over the left side. So now this side should be under and this side should be on top. We're then going to take our next group and make a U on top. You're just going to lay your U down. Then we're going to take this, we're going to bring it over, and it should now look like this. We're now going to take this side of our second group, and we're going to take our loop and just lay it under. It should now look like this. And this is the most confusing part. We're going to take this side of our second group. We're going to bring it over this part of the loop, bring it under, and then back over. Now you have your knot and you're going to have to pull it tight, so we're just going to turn it and gently pull from all the sides. Do not pull your knot too tight, it should be a little bit loose. And now I want it to be a black, blue, black all the way in my knot. And as you can see here, the blue got messed up, so I'm just going to rearrange it and fix it up. I have it right here too, so I'm going to put the blue in the middle. If you want your knot to look good, make sure it's the same pattern of your strips throughout. Now we have our knot made and we're going to finish off our headband. Now we're going to get our hair elastic ready for our headband. So what I like to do is put it on my finger, and then I'm going to take my other finger and grab the other side. So now this finger is upward and this finger is downward. I'm going to take this finger and twist it. So now I have a figure 8 or an infinity sign. And I'm going to take my thumb on the right side, come up through the loop, and we're going to pinch the top side and pull it back. So now we have created like a knot in the center, and make sure that both sides are even. Both loops look the same, and you can pull it tight. Now your hair elastic is ready to be put on your headband. After we put the knot in our headband, some of the strips are not the same length anymore, so you're just going to pull them like this, and you're going to cut them all to the same length. Now we're going to do the same thing to the other side. Now we're going to take our hair elastic that is ready like this. We're going to pinch all of them together. And we're going to put them in downward into one side. Now you can slide it up a little bit. And we're going to measure this on our head. Now you're going to decide where you want your knot to sit on your head. So you're going to take it on the side that your hair elastic is on. You're going to place it on your head where you want it. I want it off to the side like this. Then we're going to take our hair elastic, and you may need to move it when you are doing it. And you're going to place it right in the back of your head, right in the center. You are just adjusting it so that it sits on your head where you want it. And this is where I want mine, and this is where I'm going to glue the hair elastic to my headband. In between my hair elastic and my knot, there are 7 inches. You may need more inches or less, depending on where you want your knot. And now you're going to have your hair elastic sticking up, and same with your knot. We're going to turn it over, and you're going to need to cut all of your strands at about 1 inch. Now we're going to fold these over and glue them down. And you may need to use your glue a few times when you are doing this, because when you lay your first row of glue down, you're only gluing the bottom ones. So we're going to do that. Lay your first row of glue down. Then we're just going to fold these over. Only the bottom ones were glued. So now I'm going to lay another row of glue down. And I'm going to fold over this row. Now I'm going to fold these up and cut it as close as I can. You do not want any loose fabric sticking out on your headband. And now we're going to do the same thing to the other side. So we're going to pull all of our strands through our hair tie. And when you're doing this, you're going to go downward, not upward. And before we glue these, we're going to measure them on our head. Once you have pulled all of your strands on the other side of your headband through the other side of the hair elastic, you're going to place this on your head like you were putting on your headband, even though it's not glued. You want to make sure that it is not too tight, so you can pull the little strands to where you want them to be. I'm going to have it just like this, and now you can take it off, and we are going to glue our strands down. Both sides of your headband should be glued on the same side, so I'm going to glue this one on the same side as this one, so on the inside. But in order to glue it, I'm just going to need to turn it inside out so that I can see what I'm doing. And now we're just going to cut our strips again to about an inch. So we're going to lay our first row of glue down and fold over the strips. Only these two were not able to be glued down at the same time, so I'm going to lay another row of glue for them and fold these over. Now I'm going to take my scissors, fold this over, and cut any extras. Now we're going to use our leftover fabric to cover up where we glued it so it looks good. So when you're doing it, you're just going to start by gluing it down here and then tightly wrapping it around and gluing it back down in the same spot. And you will do this for both sides. So we're going to start by laying a strip of glue down. Take your first piece, lay it down. Once it dries, we're going to take this and wrap it around tightly. I'm just wrapping it around the outside and come back to where you started. And we're now going to lay another row of glue down, and we're going to lay this down. Now we're going to take our scissors and we're just going to cut this extra piece here. Now this side is covered and we're going to do the same thing to the other side. Once your glue is dry, we're going to take this extra piece and cut it. Now you are finished with your sailor knot headband. This is what it looks like when it's done and on. And I think these look awesome, and that's why they are my favorite headbands. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you make some, I'd love to see them. My Instagram is CraftLifeUSA, so please tag me in a photo. And please don't forget to like us on Facebook, pin it on Pinterest, and subscribe right here on YouTube. I hope you're living a craft life just like me. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!